Hello everyone, I am Mrs Esther Massey. Welcome back to another session of Lesson 1, The Rise of Nationalism in Europe. Today we will study about the Age of Revolution, 1830 to 1848.
Hunger, hardship, and popular revolt. The 1830s were years of great economic hardship in Europe. The first half of the 19th century saw an enormous increase in population all over Europe. In most countries, there were more seekers of job than employment. Population from rural areas migrated to the cities to live in overcrowded slums. Small producers in town were often faced with stiff competition from importers of cheap machine made goods from England, where industrialization was more advanced than on continent. In those regions of Europe where the aristocracy still enjoyed power, peasants struggled under the burden of feudal dues and obligations. The rise of food price or a year of bad harvest led to widespread uh, pauperism in town and country. The year 1848 was one such year when food shortage and widespread unemployment brought the population of Paris out of the roads. Barricades were erected and Louis Philippe was forced to flee. On 4th June at 2 p.m., a large crowd of viewers marched in Paris up to the mansion of their contractor demanding higher wages. They were treated with scorn and threats alternately by the contractor with the help of army. A national assembly proclaimed a republic and granted suffrage to adult male above 21 and guaranteed the right to work. 1848, the revolution of the liberals. In other parts of Europe like Germany, Italy, Poland, the Austria-Hungarian Empire, men and women of the liberal middle classes combined demand for creation of a nation state. This demand was based on constitution, freedom of press and freedom of association. May Revolution. In the German regions, a large number of political associations whose members were middle class professionals, businessmen, and prosperous artisans came together in the city of Frankfurt and decided to vote for an all German National Assembly. On 18th May 1848, 831 elected representatives marched in a festive procession to take their place in the Frankfurt Parliament convened in the Church of St. Paul. They drafted a constitution for a German nation to be headed by a monarchy subject to a parliament. When the deputies offered the crown on these terms to Frederick William IV, King of Prussia, he rejected it and joined other monarchs to oppose the elected assembly. The parliament was dominated by the middle classes who resisted the demands of workers and artisans and consequently lost their support. In the end, troops were called in and the assembly was forced to disband. Issue of political rights to women. The issue of extending political rights to women was a controversial one within the liberal movement, in which large number of women had participated actively over the years. Women had formed their own political associations, founded newspapers, and had taken part in political movements. In 1848, conservative forces were able to suppress liberal movements but could not restore the old order. Serfdom and bonded labours were abolished both in the Habsburg domains and in Russia.
I hope you all have understood this much. We'll continue this lesson in my next video. Thanks for watching.